Thank you very much for tuning in. So yes, I absolutely love phone calls where the caller is so monumentally dumb and almost exasperatingly so. And here we have a prime example. They always seem to call in when Matt Dillahunty is on the line. And this went out on the 6th of December on the line. And let's have a listen to it. It really is bizarre in a way. Let's go.
Thanks for having me.
Sure.
So I called wanting to ask about sort of the idea of like faith versus logic, and at least from a logical perspective, so far of my thinking, it seems that though I am an atheist, that faith has a more solid logical view in the sense of faith uses faith to support itself. If someone can say, I have faith of X, and you go, well, what is that reasoning? Well, the reasoning is faith. It's sort of a circular argument. That circularity of it at least seems more whole than saying, I use logic or reason or whatever you want to say, and then, well, then why? Why do you use logic? The question is why, and I don't think we're questioning that people do that, but the question is why would we use logic over?
So we've got faith, which is being justified due to its circularity. Faith is used as a foundation to justify faith, or just simply used to justify faith. And it's circular, it's whole, it's complete, and therefore it must be somehow better. It should be preferred to logic.
Over any, why is logic privileged over this faith?
Look at the look on Matt's face.
Wow. So you think faith is better than logic because faith is circular?
No, I'm not saying that it's better because it's circular. I'm questioning.
I mean, any rational person, if they realize that something is circular, an argument is circular, they run from it as fast as they can. This guy is diving straight into it.
Ask the question, why is logic privileged to faith?
Because there's no position that you couldn't justify with faith?
Yeah, that's it really. That's absolutely perfect. You take every single position in history, or every single proposition that has always been presented, and you could accept every single one of them on faith. So faith is useless.
Which
there's no
faith
position
is not a
that you couldn't justify with faith.
There is no position that couldn't be justified by appealing to faith. Faith is not a pathway to truth. Faith does not offer any reliable pathway to being correct. I can take it on faith
yeah. Okay, so we're skipping to the last 5 minutes of this, where it really sort of starts to get interesting. So let's exasperating for Matt.
Support itself is what you said, but that was after. I typed as you said it. You said faith has a more solid logical view, and faith uses faith to support itself. Now that is a circular argument, which means it doesn't have a more solid logical view. And how could faith, because you literally said faith has a more solid logical view, how could faith be more logical than logic?
Well, I might not have formulated my question as well as I could have.
Okay.
I mean, from the perspective of logic, because under somebody who completely relies on faith.
Nobody completely relies on faith. Nobody completely relies on faith. They only rely on faith when logic doesn't fit what they want.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with that.
That is actually perfect, what Matt just said. People only, they run or they appeal to faith when reality does not agree with the way they want it to be.
I'm not going to get into where I started thinking about this sort of stuff, but it's beside the point. But I'm not going to argue with that.
If you're wondering why Matt's like this and why they're both tolerating all this and really not saying very much and looking completely fed up, it's because the line went out. This episode went out on the 6th, and there were really hardly any theist callers. This guy claims to be an atheist, and yet he's phoning in to say in some way that faith is more reliable, or I don't know. Yeah, he's phoning in to say that he's asking why logic should be preferred over faith, and yet he's claiming to be an atheist. I don't know. It's weird.
The thing I'm trying to can I try to reformulate my question then? Because I don't know if maybe I didn't, like I said, maybe that was the wrong way to phrase it. Maybe saying it is more logical than faith maybe is the wrong way to say it.
Okay, let's pause and start over. So we've got Tanner from Kansas. He's an atheist, pronoun he, him, and wants to reframe a question about logic and faith. Hi, Tanner. Welcome to the show.
Hi. I'm calling to ask why, or maybe discuss the differences between relying on faith versus using logic to make decisions when using faith to make your decisions would use, somebody, say, well, I have faith that, X would happen. Somebody says, well, why do you have that? Well, it's because I have faith. And that sort of circularity, that is a circular argument, doesn't allow any, if you take faith, if you truly have faith, then that justification of faith itself, the reasoning is right there, right? Where when you put that question to reason, why do we use reason? Somebody who is reasoning or somebody who is logical would have to answer that question, would they not? Whereas somebody on faith can sort of answer the question, why do we use faith? Well, it's because I have faith. Whereas in logic, you would have to answer that question. And so, at least from where I'm thinking about it right now, logic, what would be the answer to that? What would you say other, or maybe you might just say, because that's all you have, like you said before, you don't know anything better. Maybe that's the end of the answer.
So it seems that you're trying to say, if people say faith, they don't ever have to give an explanation. And why isn't that better?
I think that'd be a lot closer to what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Okay.
Than what I said.
Do you believe, Tanner? Do you believe that the Earth is an oblate spheroid?
I don't know what an oblate is. So.
Do you believe the Earth is flat?
No.
Okay, I want you to pretend for a minute that you believe the Earth is flat. And I'm going to ask you questions, and all you have to do is say, I have faith. I just have faith that the Earth is flat. So, Tanner, do you believe the Earth's flat? Why?
Yes. Because I have faith that it's flat. Because I have faith.
You have faith. You have faith, but do you have evidence at all?
Well, I don't need evidence because of my faith.
Yeah, but what if the conclusion you reach because of your faith is in contradiction with the actual evidence?
But somebody who relies, or sorry, this is me.
Well, this is the thing. In the real world, in people's everyday lives, they look for evidence, and if they can get the evidence and determine what the truth is, then that's fine. They rely on logic. But when they've got a question which is unfalsifiable, like the existence of God, and they want a God to exist, then they can use faith to justify their belief that there's a God. That's how it works. So with what Matt is saying there, I mean, the vast bulk of people will actually use evidence. They won't use faith, and they'll only use faith for these questions, as Matt said at the beginning, when the reality and all the evidence doesn't really seem to be supporting what they want to be the case. So then they turn to faith.
That doesn't matter because the faith proves it. The faith justifies faith.
Faith doesn't prove anything. Faith can be used to, you could just as easily say, I have faith that the earth is round. I have faith that the earth is flat. I have faith that the earth is a triangle. All of those things could be taken on faith.
That would be using reason, though. That would be using reason.
No, it wouldn't be using reason. It would be saying you take a position on faith and somebody else takes a position on faith and somebody else takes a different position on faith. There's a billion different positions that anybody could take on faith. The problem here is that faith is not a pathway to truth. So do you not care whether or not your beliefs are true?
That my beliefs are true, but in this scenario, I don't think I would. Where we're pretending.
Do you care if your beliefs are true?
In reality, I do.
If you care whether or not your beliefs are true, then why on earth would you rely on faith when faith isn't a reliable path to truth?
I don't know if I'm supposed to still be playing the role or not. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Can you ask me that question again?
No, I'm done. I'm done. I'm beyond done. We're done. You don't have to play the game anymore. I'm sorry that you can't figure out a way to talk to somebody who keeps trying to use faith as an excuse to get them to recognize that that's a problem. It should be trivial.
Are you laughing too, just like me? That's why you watch my videos, for my reaction. I hope you're laughing too at this, because I think this is hilarious.
Fucking easy to say, oh, you just have faith, you don't have evidence for it, so you don't care whether or not your beliefs are true, because you could believe anything based on faith.
If it was that easy, then why am I not getting it? Am I just stupid or something?
I don't know why you're not getting it, but I've literally talked to people who said that they had faith and they fucking got it, so I don't know why you're having difficulty.
Well, that's because they used reason. They're secretly using reason instead of...
Goodbye. Tanner, I will never need you to explain about people using reason to me. All right. We have one last call.
Oh, that's a shame. I was getting so much entertainment value out of that call. Well, I'm not going to say any more about that. I just thought it was... I don't know, was he a troll? Claimed to be an atheist? If he is an atheist, he's got very, very poor faculties of, shall we say, reasoning, but or faith, or he's got very poor critical thinking skills in any case. Yeah. Okay, let me know what you think. Bye for now.